Hey there everyone, I know this video is coming a little bit earlier than what I normally put out. I know I try and keep them close to when the new Mythic banner is coming out. But honestly, I had the information ready. And the end of the month, quite honestly, is going to be bogged down with a heck of a lot of Fire Emblem Three Houses stuff. So I figured, why not give it out like a week ahead of schedule, just to A, prep you guys sooner so you know what to do with your orbs and if you want to save them. And B, not let my channel be dead for a week. Great. So, two birds, one stone and all that. But what we're looking at today is basically who is likely to be on and who is guaranteed to be on the Mythic Hero banner that we have this month. And that is right, we have Mythic Hero this time around. We just had Legendary Elowood last month, and they alternate. So there's that. This is who we know are going to be on due to the notifications that we get in the Mythic Legendary notes for each banner. So we know we're getting Azura and Fjorm, Lyn, Hector, Marth, and then Alm and Air. So you'll note right away we've got 2 blues, 2 greens, 1 red, 2 colorless. And that might indicate to you that we would be looking at a red legendary, Mythic Hero this month. Not so much the case, because based on what we've had in the past banners, based on what we've got going on currently in the special banners, all of those pools honestly fill up pretty darn quick. So what we're going to walk through now is who we have for possibles that would likely show up in the next Mythic banner. So if you recall, we first had who was it? What's her name? Valoria. Valoria was on 2 months ago. We just had Selkie on last month, and we've been kind of working our way through the Kitsune and Wolfskin banner that debuted a couple months ago. Let me look it up to be accurate. February. That dropped in February. So we still don't have Keaton and Caden, who neither of them honestly got demoted. So they are still likely to be candidates as well. So we've had 2 out of the 4 there. We do still have, red and green slots open. Caden obviously being a green, Caden being a red. That is definitely a possibility. I can definitely see Keaton kind of working his way up here. Caden, not so much. I think probably from the next banner that we're going to look at. Who we have not had any kind of designation from yet. I just want to point that out. But I don't think he's as likely to make it on, mainly because we are already, 1 more green slot and then that's it. So, for what that's worth, I personally don't think Caden is going to get rerun this time. And that's happened before. I think it was the Into Darkness. Let me look it up super quick here just to be sure. Actually, it was Rulers of the Lagoos. That was 1. We had everybody from that banner except for Tivarn get rerun. And then I think it was Into Darkness. Is that the name of it? Was that the name of the banner? I feel like it was. Beyond Darkness, sorry. We had Sue, Lou, and Thea, of course, did not get rerun because she was a 4-star. Eden, she never got rerun, and she kind of got skipped on into some of the other units that did get rerun, who were 5-star locked Book 3 new heroes that we had been getting this year so far. So for what that's worth, there are some units that are not going to be rerun. I feel like Caden might be one of those. I feel like Keaton could also be, but it's less likely just because Keaton is a little bit better. Not to say that Caden isn't. Caden probably should have been a 4-star. He probably should have gotten a demote at the end of all that insanity. But we are still working our way through some banners, of course. I don't necessarily know why that is. They both started back around the same times that Beyond Darkness and Kitsune and Wolfskin started. So we still have 2 of those. It's worth noting that we no longer have any heroes in Beyond Darkness making a return, so that's probably likely. We may just not see them make a return, which I guess would be okay. Keaton's actually been on a couple banners since. I think he's gotten some skills banners rerun, so that's pretty okay. But we are kind of starting to look towards the future, which brings me to the next one. That is the Out of Gallia banner. And of course, these are the newest heroes that we have up on the block. They showed up in... Was it April? It was April. So they showed up in April. I think this was like the third Beast banner that we had of the year, coming up pretty quick. And so we haven't had any of these guys rerun. And you'll note that we don't have Mordecai on here either. Similar to the whole Thea situation, Mordecai did get demoted to 4-star. Easier to +10 now. So he is not on this banner, but that's okay because blue is already pretty condensed anyway. But we do have Laith, Ranulf, and Kainagus, the Lion King himself, showing up. Kainagus is, of course, colorless, so he would fit pretty well. And you can tell from here, and I'll back this up later once we talk about our seasonals that have an attempt here. There's only one colorless spot left. And by the way, have you noticed that there's only one technically mythic hero on this banner so far? So we're going to get a mythic banner that has 2 mythic heroes on it. The new one in Air, who was free already. Yikes. Anyway, so Kainagus makes a lot of sense. I feel like he is definitely a strong unit. He is definitely legendary mythic banner material. Laith is also an option. She, of course, was a red unit. And then Ranulf is as well. He is a green unit. Now, the reason why I say Ranulf last is I think of the 3 of them, he is not as likely to get on this banner. He has been on a rerun banner since, I believe. I don't think that Laith has. I'm just kind of scrolling to double check to see. Yeah, so he was actually on the Chill Skills banner, which was just last month. Tibarn was as well. Just worth noting, the headband, which he lost. I don't know how that happened, but so Ranulf has been on the banner recently. I feel like he might get bumped from at least this month because of that. Laith is still a strong candidate. Again, we don't have that many red units. We just have Marth. So having a red unit come back would be pretty convenient right now. So if I had to pick, I would say currently I'm looking at the possibilities being Laith and Kainagus for the red and colorless spots. So if you're keeping track, that means we've got 2 in the blue, 2 in the green, 2 in the red, and our colorless is full. Which makes it pretty darn convenient because we all know we're not getting a colorless mythic hero. That's not going to happen this time around. And so much, in fact, that I have not revealed them as of this particular moment, but I am beyond confident in the mythic hero that we're going to get this month, and I'll tell you about them in just a minute. But first, we started this banner last time. It was, of course, the Hostile Springs revival happening. That was a pretty clear indication. We had just wrapped up the previous seasonal, which was New Year's. We did have Creed come back, who I forgot about. I thought he got ran back in, like, I don't know, March for some reason, but he was the closeout for the New Year's banner. And so once we finished New Year's, we had this weird kind of new seasonal banner, which will probably be making some kind of revival next year around the same time, similar to the way that the Dancer banner kind of changed from what it was initially to more of like a summer festival type of banner. But either way, the next one on the block is that Hostile Springs. We did just have actually Hinoka and Sakura on the last one, which means Hot Springs Ryoma and Elise are missing from this combination. Conveniently, they are blue and red. So that's kind of nice, right? Because those were 2 of the ones that we had not filled in yet. And, you know, it's much easier to kind of pin that down. So they are definitely making a return. It might be some kind of weird case where they start splitting the seasonals, but seasonals are definitely going to get rerun every time, he said, as they cut like an entire half of summer seasonal banners making revivals this month. I don't know what happened with the last 2 years were the part 2 summer banners. That being, I think it was Norian Summer and Sketchy Summer, I think were the two. They just didn't come back. So I'm a little upset because I wanted more Lins, and I also wanted an extra bow from Takumi, and I don't have that option available to me anymore. But hey, I guess we'll just see what happens, right? Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. But either way, I guess they could kind of just skip on into the next month, which would have been February, which would have been the Grail's Devoted Valentine's banner. But I don't see them doing that. I genuinely think they're going to wrap up the Hostile Springs banner this month with Ryoma and Elise. And so that would be my kind of prediction there. So what I'm thinking we're going to see is for blue, Azura, Fjorm, and Hostile Springs Ryoma. For green, I think we're going to be seeing Lyn, Hector, and a mythic hero, I guess. I don't think we're going to be having a repeat of either Ranulf or Caden. Red, I think it's pretty clear indication we're getting Lath, Marth, and Elise. I think those three those two are going to join Marth. And then for colorless, of course, Kanegas, Alm, and Air. Now, as for the Mythic hero that we're going to be looking at, you can see the chart down there. We kind of have everybody from a blessing already. So we're kind of in this new phase. We also have somebody from each bonus, which is strange. I like the fact that it's completely symmetrical and just diagonal line right there. That's pretty nice. But that is, of course, going to get ruined. I don't necessarily know who we're looking at for blessing-wise, but I will confidently tell you this. Our next Mythic hero is going to be a green Mythic hero, is going to be an axe-wielding Mythic hero, and it is going to be Thorr. Yes, female Thorr, by the way. Which does, I guess, have some mythological significance. Thorr did kind of like cross-dress or transform into a woman to get Mjolnir back from Thrymir, I think is who it was, when he stole it. So I don't think that has any real context in what's going on with Rooker Siege or anything. But we did meet Thorr last time when we had our first Rooker Siege get initiated, I guess, is what I would call it for lack of a better phrase. They obviously know Loki. You know, this is where we kind of take on very, very strong Norse names that are recognizable within that mythology. I think more than likely, given the candidates that we have to fill out from, we are definitely going to be seeing a green Mythic hero this time around. It is going to be Thorr. I am beyond confident that that is that, and I didn't even put any other candidates down. So I'm like 98% certain we're going to be seeing Thorr, and of course the reuse banners we have Lath, Kanegas, Hostile Springs, Ryoma, and Elise as well to join our July heroes, both Mythic, one of them, and Legendary, to come back for this banner. So that's kind of who I think we're going to be seeing overall. Again, there could be some banner possibles that slip in there and shift around, but I think that's probably the strongest possible banner that it could be of the choices that we have going on right now. So that's pretty much what I've got for you guys. I think that's what we're looking at. I would save your orbs if you're at all concerned. We do have a 3 houses banner coming up. If you are concerned about getting your free male Byleth, don't worry, I will have a video out for you by the end of Friday to show you how to link your accounts properly and make sure that you get your free in-game content. But beyond that, this is the only other banner that you have to worry about this month. Thank God. It's starting to slow down a little bit. Very slightly, it's starting to slow down. And honestly, maybe that's why they cut the last 2 summer banners. I don't really know. But either way, that's what we got. That's where we're at. That's how I feel. I will pull on this banner. That is the long and the short of it. So in the comments, let me know, who do you guys think we're going to be seeing for our next Mythic hero? It's Thorr. You can disagree. That's fine. It's Thorr. But, you know, let me know either way. Last chance, I think, kind of, based on when this video goes live, to get in on the contest if you haven't. I'm giving away a couple copies of 3 Houses, North America. I'm giving away some orbs, which are open to anybody. So, link in the description for that. It will be obvious to you. But that's all I got for right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I will catch you next time.